Athletic Hair Sports Radio 1450 Shootout. Our final matchup features the Marian Catholic Spartans against the Lanphier Lions. Tonight's officials are Pat Walsh, Mark Newhouse, and Mike Wiley. And now for the starting lineups for the visiting Marian Catholic Spartans. A junior, 5'10", number 3, Tyler Eulis. A 5'8" junior, number 5, Kijana Crawford. A 6'3" junior, number 15, John Oliver. A 6'1" junior, number 25, Josh Cohn. And a senior at 6'4", number 44, Kevin Phillips. The Spartans are coached by Mike Taylor. And now the starting lineups for your Lanphier Lions. A 5'7" junior, number 20, Scotty Wallace. At 5'10", a sophomore, number 12, Jordan Tribbett. A 5'10" junior, number 1, Jakari Mitchell. A 6'4" junior, number 21, Darius Milliken. And a 6'2" junior, number 2, Larry Austin. The Lions are coached by Blake Turner.
Mike Taylor looked like Sean Taylor's brother, but he's got more hair. In fact, he has hair. That sets him apart from Coach Taylor of the Quincy Blue Devils. The Spartans of Marian Catholic 4-1. They were 3-1 in their own Thanksgiving tournament. They beat Rich East 60-50 last night. They're out of the East Suburban Catholic Conference. Rich East is in the Southland.
Only lost to Homewood Flossmoor, and Homewood Flossmoor is going to be very good this year.
Tyler Eulis is the player who's been drawing the attention of the college coaches who have been here. 5'10" junior guard, averaging almost 29 for Marian Catholic. The tap is battled for. It rolls out of bounds at the Spartans bench. The officials will look at each other.
Do it again.
That may be the decision they come to, but they're going to give it to Lanphier. They'll say that the man who went up, John Oliver, the 6'3" junior, was the one who batted it out of bounds. Lanphier has a height advantage. Nobody taller than 6'4", Kevin Phillips in the starting lineup for Marian Catholic. They're in black with gold letters and numbers. Block left Wallace, out to Austin, up top to Tribbett. Swings a pass low to Milliken. His pass deflected through the lane, but run down by Austin. And head of the key, it goes to Tribbett. The Spartans start out in a 1-2-2 zone defense. Matching up out of it. In the corner left, Jakari Mitchell across the court to Tribbett. Dribbles left, gives to Wallace, right at the lane, jumper on the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Tribbett, double clutching up and in. Jordan Tribbett averaging 6, and Lanphier will press with a 2-0 lead. Eulis in backcourt, U-L-I-S. Forecourt right side, Josh Cohn. His pass deflected by Wallace, but picked up by Eulis. He knows what to do, right to the basket, bank shot in. Eulis from 10 feet. He's not only their leading scorer, but he's their top rebounder at 5'10". He's averaging almost 6 rebounds per game. 2-2 tie a minute in. And the Spartans back it into that 1-2-2. Lanphier throws perimeter passes.
Based on the way the Lions have shot this year, that's a good idea to play that zone.
Everybody's going to zone them until they shoot somebody out of the zone. Wallace misses in the paint from 10, rebounded by Phillips. Eulis hard drive, zigging and zagging, gives to Crawford. Crawford down the baseline, comes out, gives it to Cohn for 3, and that's good. Joshua Cohn averaging 7.8. And his 3-point basket makes it a 5-2 Marian Catholic lead with 6.5 to go first quarter. Austin right side, up top to Tribbett. On the left wing, Tribbett with the basketball. Shot stuffed by Kevin Phillips out of bounds, and the Lions will put it back in play. Lanphier headed towards the east end, the Bob Ridings end today.
Bob Ridings is here tonight.
In person or just on that huge sign?
Absolutely in person.
Austin right side for 3 in the tie. That's no good. Wallace grabbed the rebound. He started out aggressively, but then he took it down, and the ball was taken from him. Off the turnover, the Spartans up 5-2, come to forecourt to our right. Eulis head of the key, gets a screen, drives around Austin, and a moving screen is called on John Oliver.
Mike Wiley at the top made the call.
Mike and Pat Walsh and Mark Newhouse, all of them from separate communities north of us here in Springfield. And Mike calls the first foul of the night. It's on John Oliver. Lanphier comes back to forecourt to our left, down 5-2. On the right side 3 line, it's Mitchell. Free throw line to Milliken, to the cutter, left wing Austin. Austin got stuffed cleanly by Phillips, and on the tie-up, Marian Catholic will get the ball. 5-2 lead for Marian Catholic. They kind of look like Iowa in those black and gold uniforms, and Fran McCaffrey, the Iowa head coach, was here earlier tonight. Not sure if he's still around. Kajana Crawford in forecourt as the press is broken, and now up top they get the ball in the hands of Tyler Eulis. Eulis drives around to Milliken. I think one of the schools that Eulis has a scholarship offer from, in fact, is Iowa. Tim tells us Coach McCaffrey is still here, so maybe that's one of the reasons. On the left side to Cone for 3, and he's hit 2. Joshua Cone's second 3, and it's 8-2. Marian Catholic has scored 8 straight. Blocks right. Wallace in traffic, put it up, no good. And the rebound to Oliver for the Spartans, who are dominating now.
You got to like the way Scotty Wallace has come out aggressively, though.
Eulis a jump shot, good off the right side, set up by Crawford. That's 10 in a row for Marian Catholic, and timeout Blake Turner at the Lanphier bench. It's a 30. We're 3 minutes in. It's 10-2. Spartans back in half a minute. Okay. Where is he still down this row? Or? Okay, that's where he was before. I just didn't see him.
Might have mistook him for me earlier, sitting down there.
They look a lot alike. That's true. Glasses, both wearing glasses. Lanphier to forecourt, down 10-2. They scored the first 2 points of the game. Austin at the head of the key, right side, Jakari Mitchell. Bullet pass in the lane to Austin, stuffed, a late whistle, and what are they going to call? They are going to call a foul on the wrist.
Kajana Crawford, I think they're going to get. Nope, going to be on John Oliver.
It's 2 quick ones on Oliver. And Mike Taylor, dressed in black, but casually dressed tonight, looks down his bench for a replacement. He settles on Isaiah Clements, a 6'3" sophomore. And 2 free throws meantime for Austin, who's really struggling at the line. He rims this one in. That puts Austin at 50% on the season, 19 of 38. Lanphier subs into the game for Wallace. They bring in Dwight Bolden, who started in Wallace's stead last night. 10-3. Second free throw for Austin is good, and that breaks what had been a 10-point Spartans run. 10-4 Marian Catholic. They come to forecourt quickly. On the left side, it's Kajana Crawford. Kajana is just like Kajana Carter. And probably at some point tonight, he'll be called Kajana Carter by me. They throw the ball into the backcourt away from Tyler Eulis's reach. He runs it down. That's a turnover, and Lanphier will get it back. Down in Carlisle, we don't have a specific score, but we do know Sacred Heart Griffin had a 5-point lead on the host Carlisle team in what is essentially the championship game of that tournament. Third game this week down there for SHG, 4th overall. Jakari Mitchell, stop and go drive, lost the ball under the basket, coming in from the right side. Crawford goes coast to coast, and a reach-in foul on Austin will send him to the line.
Yeah, he beat Austin. Austin tried to recover, made a swipe and slid on the ground, but was called for the foul.
In the college football game of the most significance tonight, the SEC championship game, Alabama held off Georgia 32-28. It'll be Bama and Notre Dame for the BCS title.
Bring them on.
Which one? Crawford's free throw, no good. Crawford 10 of 14. As somebody texted me tonight, there's enough hate for everybody to go around in that matchup. But they've got plenty of supporters
SHG
too.
up 5 with 35 seconds to go down at Carlisle.
Second free throw coming as Crawford missed the first, made the second. He's 11 of 15 from the line on the season, and it's 11 of 4 Marian Catholic. Tribbett head of the key, almost lost his dribble as he was challenged by Crawford. Now a straight man for the Spartans. Right side to Austin, left side to Bishop, who has entered. On the side to Tribbett, who reigns in a 3. Jordan Tribbett's third made 3 of the year. And he and Bishop are tied for the team lead. Tribbett has taken only 7 and made 3. 11-7 Marian. And the Spartans have the ball. Top of the key. Jump shot is no good for Joshua Cohn, but it's tipped up and in on the follow-up by Kevin Phillips.
Kevin Phillips has been really good. Good on the defensive end, active on the offensive end.
13-7. Austin to the basket. In on the right side. Scores off glass and draws the foul. Austin didn't pout after the Marian basket. He turned heel, headed up court, caught the pass.
And he took it right at Kevin Phillips, and Phillips is charged with the foul.
That's the first on Phillips. Wallace re-enters meantime down on the block for Lanphier. He'll take Milliken's place. Marian gets Jordan Lewis, his 6'3" senior, into the game. 13-9 for the Spartans from suburban Chicago. And for the three-point play, the Austin free throw is in and out, no good. Wallace tapped the rebound, but the new man in the game, Lewis, comes up with it cleanly. And Marian heads to forecourt at the west end. 3.5 to go first quarter, 13-9, the Spartans lead. Here's a drive, Ulis to the left side, cut off by Wallace, up in the air, threw it away on the baseline, but it was deflected out by Xavier Bishop at the boundary at the end line.
I think Bishop doesn't touch that. It's going to be Lanphier's ball.
Marian gets another reserve in the game, a little sophomore, 5'7", Chris Austin, and he can fill it up. There's not much to him. He's about as big as Bishop of Lanphier, but Austin is averaging almost 6 points off the bench. They get it to him, and then he goes up top to Cohn, who's drilled a couple of threes early. Cohn is double teamed. Ball ahead to Jordan Lewis on the right side, outside the arc.
Real scrambled defensive job going on by Lanphier now. They're double teaming everywhere.
Cohn has it, gives it on the right side to Lewis. Lanphier aggressively looking for the steal. Lewis ends his dribble series and almost threw it away. In fact, he did. Take away by Bishop. Gives to Tribbett behind his back on the dribble. Lost it out of bounds, but they will say that Ulis deflected it at the Marian bench.
Okay, Lanphier, you work too hard on defense to have an empty possession here. They've got to come get something out of this one.
2:49 to go in the first quarter. This is it. The last of 8 games in the 2012 St. John's Hospital Athletic Care Sports Radio 1450 Shootout. Closest game of the day was the last one, won by Cahokia 63-60 over Southeast with a fourth quarter comeback. Tribbett head of the key, right of the lane to Dwight Bolden. Double team, doesn't care, bowls his way in, and is called for the travel.
Turnover 5 against the Lions.
Mitchell will come back in the backcourt for Lanphier, taking Tribbett's place. Piece of debris found its way to the court, and Mike Wiley picks it up and tosses it outside the court.
It's like somebody took some tape off of their hand or something.
And it comes to Ulis. He has scored 4 on a 28.8 average. 5'10" junior, picked up by Austin. That's a matchup of all staters there. Crossover dribble, head of the key, but Austin shuts him down. Back out to Cohn, hard drive to the basket, up no good from inside. Wallace the rebound, and he is playing tough tonight. Off to Austin, quickly to forecourt. Corner left to Bishop. He tried to bring it in back around his back, but he lost control of the ball and dribbled out of bounds.
I think Lanphier needs to slow down a little bit.
You don't say that often.
No, you don't, but they're playing so hard on defense, and then they get to the other end, and they're trying to carry that with them.
There's a crossover by Ulis, and he got up in the air, a bailout pass retrieved by Lewis, but then he lost the dribble. Knocked into the Marian backcourt. Bishop retrieves. Lanphier gets to the basket with Bolden missing his stuff, but he was fouled. And he may not be able to shoot free throws for a moment as they wait for the backboard and rim to stop rattling. Jordan Lewis called for that foul. Sacred Heart Griffin has won a tournament championship. They beat Carlisle 52-44. And the Cyclones have started 4-0 this season with that win. Jordan Lewis called for the foul. 2 free throws for Bolden, and this is an area that could use some work. How about that? Swished it. Bolden 2 of 10 before that free throw.
You know, John, usually it's around Christmas before SHE has even played 4 games. That's a good tournament for them to get in.
You bet.
Greenville, Hillsboro, and then they get the host team, Carlisle. You get 1 challenge out of it. You play 4 games in 5 days, but you come out of it 4-0.
And Bolden misses the second free throw. At this point, they'll accept 1 of 2. Ulis grabs the rebound. 13-10 Marian with 1:45 to go in the first. Lanphier in a straight man. Top of the key, Crawford pounds the dribble down the right side of the paint, pulls it out at the high post as Mitchell comes to challenge him. And we've got a knee stuck out and a foul called on Jakari Mitchell, his first. 1:37 on the clock first quarter. 4-1 Marian Catholic. 2-2 Lanphier. The East Suburbs in the Catholic Conference. And the CSA represented by tonight's opponents. Cone will enter the game for Isaiah Clemens as Marian gets it into Crawford on the left side. He turns and backs it out to the middle of the floor, picked up by Jakari Mitchell. A couple of players each wearing t-shirts under their jerseys. Handoff is to Chris Austin, guarded by Xavier Bishop. A battle of little men there. And across the court it goes to Cone with 1:20. Blows past Bolden. Good bounce pass low to Crawford. A better feed to Phillips.
Didn't
He lost it. If he did travel, they didn't call it, and a foul is called. A couple of free throws coming up for Kevin Phillips.
You know, when Bishop's matched up against that Chris Austin, Bishop almost looks big.
He sure does, you're right. That's the first on Bolden. That might be the only time we get to say that all year for Xavier Bishop.
Sure.
He still looks like the middle schooler that he was just last year, but yeah, Austin is so small. Kevin Phillips, who is anything but small, 6'4" senior with a linebacker build, hits the free throw. He's at 60% on the season. Role player for this team, averaging 3 points. And the free throws off the back iron here, no good, and Wallace has the rebound for the Lions. 14-10, Lanphier down 4. 1:10 to go first quarter. Austin splits through two, got up in the air, dumped a pass down low off Bolden's hands. Tapped up in the air by Bolden, run down by Crawford. And he'll slow it up as we move inside a minute to go first quarter. Now Crawford accelerates, blows to the basket. Wallace got a clean block, but somebody got him on the body. Might be Bishop on the block trying to take a charge. Pat Walsh has the call, and it is on Xavier Bishop. That's 4 on Lanphier, 4 different players with 1 each, and Kijana Crawford with a hyphenated first name, averaging 8.3.
1 for 2 from the line so far today, for that's his only point.
He studies, lets it go, and it's good. They've spread around the scoring. Cone with 6, Eulis 4, Crawford 2, Phillips with 3 for the Spartans.
Milliken back, and Bolden takes a seat.
15-10 for the Spartans from Chicago Heights. They've only won 2 regional titles in the 9 previous seasons for head coach Mike Taylor. You get into Class 4A, there's some very good competition right off the bat at the regional level up that way.
Well, and I'm told Marian Catholic is a sleeper and was arguably one of the top 5 conferences in the state. The East Suburban Catholic, Lyle Bennett is in that, St. Xavier, now's Notre Dame. League is loaded, and they're contender to win that one.
Kijana Crawford hit the second free throw at 16-10. Bishop will try a 2 off the left wing at the other end, no good from 18. The rebound to Lewis, but he threw it away. Tribbett took it away, gave to Wallace, and a reach-in foul will send Wallace to the line as Crawford prevented what could have been an easy layup. Mike Taylor's best team was the one 7 years ago, 05-06, 22-7. And we saw that team down here this year in the shootout, the only previous time they've been here. Wallace's free throw is good.
You remember the name of the little guard that they had?
I don't. Not off the top of my head, but I remember they had one very good guard on that team. They beat a good SHG team. 65-61. I think SHG might have won 20 that year. Over 20. Second one for Wallace, no good. He made 1 of 2, and Tyler Eulis skies for the rebound for Marian. He's harassed in backcourt, a lot of contact, but he keeps the dribble alive as he almost went to the floor. Ahead to Cone and Crawford, now safely in forecourt. Marian up 16-11 in the final 20 seconds of the first quarter. Lanphier matching up, a little relaxed on the perimeter though. Pounding the ball in the jump ball circle is Eulis, guarded by Austin with 10. They'll start the play with 7. Eulis may just pop a 3 on Austin. He will from the head of the key, and it skips off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound to Cone, but then he lost it to Wallace, and Wallace had a good first quarter. It comes to an end, though, with Lanphier down 5. Marian Catholic 16, the Lions 11. Back to the center in a minute.
And here are 2 names that will be participating in our final chance to win the 2013 Ford Fiesta. Todd Gorhams and Ty Johnson. Please report to the Ford Fiesta. Again, our 2 participants in the shootout at halftime for the 2013 Ford Fiesta from Bob Ridings, Todd Gorhams and Ty Johnson. please report to the fourth fiesta.
John Price and Alcino Davis producing all day long here on Sports Radio 1450. The earlier finals from the shootout. Calvary over Decatur Christian 62-56, Riverton 59, Macon Meridian 51, Crete-Monee beat Jacksonville 56-49, Centennial over Peoria Central 66-52, Plains over Monticello impressively 63-37. Glenwood was good, they beat Leo 60-36, and Cahokia shaded Southeast 63-60. Jim will have the first quarter shooting numbers for you in just a moment. Lanphier gets the ball, headed towards the east end, down 16-11 as we start the second quarter. On the left side perimeter, Austin dribbles right around two men, got up in the air, got stuffed cleanly. Loose ball to Marian, starting the run out. Little Austin to the basket, put it up. That should be a goaltend on Austin. How did they all miss that? That ball hit off the glass, and then Austin knocked it out of bounds, and Mike Taylor has a look of disbelief at the Marian Catholic bench. Kitchana Crawford will inbound. Now they throw him out of the face-off circle, and Eulis will take his place instead. Now let's see if Marian can get some justice out of this trip. They should have had two there. Eulis, left side Crawford. They'll take three if he gets it, but he missed. Rebound to Austin for Lanphier. His head was about net high. He sends it low on a good feed ahead to Milliken for the layup at the other end. Austin the assist. Milliken his first two on a 9.5 average. 16-13 Marian with 7 minutes to go first half.
Marian shot 55-6 in the first quarter. Lanphier 33.3, 6 points for Cone. Led them, 5 points for Tribbett. Was tops for Lanphier after one.
Crawford has the ball deep on the left side in front of the Lanphier bench. Hands off to Eulis. Stutter stepping between the legs. Drive bank shot no good from 6. Rebound by Wallace. He's getting them all at the defensive end. Shoves it off on a bounce pass to Tribbett. Jordan Tribbett in backcourt, the 5'10 sophomore, played almost exclusively on the JV level last year.
Rebound 5, by the way, for Wallace.
And here is Austin catching a bounce pass on the block right. He was fouled, and I believe they'll say that's before the shot attempt. Kevin Phillips called for his second. 6 on the 2.
Phillips 2, Oliver 2.
Here comes Mitchell back in for Xavier Bishop. Stephon Wade, 5'10 junior, checks in for Austin. 6:31 to play in the first half. 16-13 Marian Catholic. Lanphier will inbound on the baseline. Tribbett will do the honors to the right of the basket. Into Milliken, but off his hands. He has to run it down on the 3 line. Hands off to Tribbett. Out front to Wade. Left side pass to Mitchell. Lanphier could tie this trip with a 3. Against a Marian man. Left side drive by Tribbett on the perimeter. Out front to Mitchell. Jakari Mitchell, high post right to Milliken. Hands off to Wade. Pounds the dribble left, then between his legs as he's challenged by Crawford. Out front it goes to Mitchell. Right back to Wade. Left side. Lanphier showing a lot of patience here. Let's see if they can cash in. Mitchell right side drive in danger of a 5-second count. Left wing pass to Wallace. Fakes a long jump shot. Goes to the basket aggressively. Draws the foul. That'll be 3 on Phillips. And Wallace earns 2 free throws.
Well, Scotty got the memo.
Yeah, he's playing much better
without
tonight.
a doubt.
Yeah.
That's
much
3 on
better.
Phillips.
So Phillips will come out for Jordan Lewis, and they probably wish they would have gotten him out before that. Lanphier took about 40 seconds that time?
Yeah, did a good job.
It really
Ran the
did.
offense under a lot of duress. I mean, Marian isn't standing out there in his zone.
Wallace's free throw is no good. He's averaging 3.8. And Austin is back into the game. His rests are usually pretty brief. Checks in for Wade as Wallace prepares to shoot a second free throw. 16-13 Marian, 5:54 to play in the second quarter. And the second one for Wallace hit the heel of the rim and then settled through. 1 of 2. Marian Catholic calls a 30-second timeout. They lead by 2 now. 16-14 on Lanphier. Back to the center in half a minute. Jim Rupert, John Levin, Tim Schweitzer, Chris McLeod, Andrew Harvey were all here and on the air earlier today. Wrapping up the shootout, it's been a good one. Cohn drives in from the high post left, a jumper no good. Austin has a rebound for Lanphier. They could tie or take the lead this trip. He's going to take it all the way towards the basket, and a reach-in foul will impede his progress, but send Austin to the line where he could tie the game.
Are they going to get Ulis? Yep, on the reach. He came down.
Austin has made 2 of 3 tonight. He has scored 4, averaging a team-high 15.5 points, 7.3 rebounds. He's going to do it all this year for Lanphier, and he swishes a high-arching free throw to bring the Lions within 16-15. If last year's team was Everett Clemens and sometimes Jalen Brigady's, T.J. Davis's, the next 2 years this Lanphier team belongs to number 2. And Austin hits both free throws. We're tied at 16. Lanphier scored the first 5 of the second quarter, and Marian throws it away. Austin whipping a pass through the hands of Lewis. Wallace, a beautiful feed. Low right to Milliken for the layup in the lead. Wallace is really playing well tonight for Lanphier. He'll get the assist on the Milliken basket. 18-16 Lions. Marian back the other way. 5:15 for the half. Ulis right side. Oh, a tough call on Austin, who impeded his progress. That'll be 2 on Austin. Kind of a no advantage foul call because Ulis didn't lose control of the ball.
And you know, John, reacting to what you were talking about earlier about this being Larry Austin's team, for the most part, if a guy is a 4-year starter and a really good player, that's really good. But the expectations for Larry Austin have been so high since he was visited by Bruce Weber as an 8th grader that there's almost nothing the kid can do that's right unless he's scoring 20 a game and not missing any shots.
Here's Ulis dumping the ball under the basket. The shot attempt by Isaiah Clemens won't go. Lanphier starts the run out. They get it ahead to Dwight Bolden, who has re-entered. The assist to Mitchell, and Bolden has the layup. Good stretch of basketball to start the second quarter for Lanphier. They lead 20-16. Cohn, a short right side jumper, that's good. Joshua Cohn, pretty good offensive player, has scored 8. He's already over his average of 7.8. And it's 20-18. Those are the first 2 points for the Spartans in this period.
Ends a 10-0 run by Lanphier.
Tribbett headed the key to Austin. Austin keeps the dribble going left, into the paint, gets to the rim and scores. 8 for Austin. 22-18, the Lions by 4, 4:15 left in the first half. Now Bolden defending Ulis out on the point. Ulis knows he can take him on the dribble, and he does, and he gets in at a bad angle, throws it up with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Crawford, back to Ulis, declined to 3, drives baseline, a floater won't go from 6. This rebound tipped to Mitchell, he lost it, but it's out of bounds on Marian. 3:58 to go first half. I'll be honest with you, Jim, we're almost halfway to their 5th game, and I don't have any idea what to make of this Lanphier team yet.
Really, they really don't have an identity. We know that they're a little bit strapped shooting-wise, so people travel. Ooh.
I think Austin did travel, but instead they called a foul after that, and he'll get 2 free throws out of it.
And you got another foul on Ulis. That'll be number 2 on Ulis.
At the moment, in the battle of marquee guards, Austin has outplayed Ulis. Ulis hasn't been bad, but when Austin's been defending him, he's been pretty quiet. I said Austin was in the act of shooting, and the free throws off the front of the rim, no good. Yeah, Lanphier has had some stretches where they've played really well, like the first 4 minutes of this quarter, and they've had entire games. First game of the season, they lost by 19 to MacArthur, and of course last night at SHG, where gosh, you wouldn't think they'd get to 12 wins this year.
And those are the only 2 games I had seen. So that I've seen things.
So it's
I've seen things in this quarter that I haven't seen them do all year. So you're right. If you're trying to establish an identity, I don't know what it is.
30-second timeout call by Lanphier after Austin rolled in the second free throw. It's a 23-18 Lions lead back in half a minute. Want to thank Gary Moser, Larry Bailey for their fine work on the statistics all morning, afternoon, and evening long. We finally got back on schedule in time for the 9 p.m. tip for this game. We were behind schedule for much of the day. I think that Glenwood-Leo game was the catch-up game, right?
Yeah,
I thought that went pretty quickly. All Glenwood in that one. Left side, Kajana Crawford out to Eulis, still out there with 2 fouls. He accelerates into the lane, floats it up there, and got a friendly bounce. 6 for Eulis, cutting the Lions lead to 23-20. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to play, second quarter. And Austin needs timeout to tie his shoe. That's granted by official Pat Walsh. Jordan Lewis re-enters, the 6'3" senior. He towers over the man whom he replaced, Chris Austin.
Only by a foot.
Austin in the program at 5'7". We're a little skeptical of that as he stands next to Bishop at times. On the right side, Jakari Mitchell, low right to Bolden. Up top to Bishop. Right wing pass to Mitchell. Out front to Bishop, left-handed freshman. Over on the left wing to Austin, rises for a 3, left it short though. Rebound down to the floor, knocked it out of bounds off the hands of Lanphier's Scotty Wallace. He's really playing with a sense of purpose tonight, Jim, that's been lacking sometimes in the first 4 games.
Yeah, and I think that has really lifted the entire team. I think that's a guy that they look to, and he has really provided it tonight. He's been really good.
2:45 to play first half. Eulis a crossover on Mitchell, gets into the paint for a pull-up, around and in. Well, Eulis must have heard me a moment ago. He's turned it on his last 2 trips up court. 23-22, Austin down the lane. He's going to try to answer. High off the glass, no good. Rebound, Bolden up and in. Bolden from right of the rim, his second field goal. He has scored 5. 25-22 Lanphier, 2:20 to play in the second. Eulis across the timeline, another crossover to Shake Mitchell. Got up in the air, drew the foul. And Eulis will shoot 2. That's a pretty good display of handling the basketball the last 3 trips up the court by Tyler Eulis.
A little bit of one-on-one going on. I can show you a Eulis at one end and Larry Austin on the other.
He's averaging 29 points a game for a team that's averaging 60, so you know Eulis calls his number a lot. Hits the first of 2. That foul on Mitchell, by the way, was his second. Jakari will depart for the moment. Jordan Tribbett takes his place. Mitchell got his first start of the season tonight. 25-23, Lanphier's lead 2 with 2:15 on the clock. In the second quarter, and Eulis's free throw is good. He has scored their last 6 and has 10. The scorers always seem to find a way to pile up the points. 25-24, Lions by 1, just over 2 minutes to play first half. Austin headed the key. Right side to Tribbett against his zone now. Blocks right Bolden off the baseline. Good. Good second quarter for Dwight Bolden. He has 6 of his 7 in the period. 27-24, the Lions by 3. Lanphier had 10 at halftime last night at Bell's Gym. They're up 3 here with 1:40. Eulis wants to take Bolden. He spins around him. Wallace comes to help. Left side pass to Crawford for 3 in the tie. Front of the rim, no good. Another rebound for Wallace. Outlets to Austin. Like 60 to the forecourt. Stops, goes, gets it to Wallace. Free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound hits the court. Bolden saves it high into the air back over his head. And Eulis somehow keeps it inbounded in his possession. Eulis, hard dribble drive to forecourt. A left wing pass intended for Crawford. Good hustle by Austin. He got in the passing lane. The pass off the hands of Crawford and out of bounds to the Lions. 1:15 to go first half. 27-24 Lanphier. Tribbett gives to Austin right side in front court. One dribble and then a pass left to Bishop. Bishop's been a little more conservative in terms of attacking at the offensive end tonight, coming off the bench for the first time in his high school career. Dribbles left, gives to Wallace, back to Bishop with 53 seconds. Tribbett, and on the right side, Bolden. Low to Austin, posting, good spin move and a score.
They set that play up really well.
Austin has 11. They're not wedded to the notion of Austin being their point guard, though he is technically that.
Well, there are people that will tell you Austin's at his best when he's posting up opposing point guards.
He has 7 of his 11 this quarter, and that's what he did right there. 29-24 in the final half minute of the first half. Lions by 5. Eulis out near midcourt. Tribbett not within the 6-foot zone to start the 5-second count. Now Mark Newhouse starts that count with 17. Crossover by Eulis. Boy, it's his straight one-on-one. He's not even looking at his teammates. Now he does. Passes right side to Cone, into the lane, low to Crawford. Missed the shot, but a foul. And a couple of free throws coming for Marian with 8 seconds to play first half. Crawford got hit across the bridge of his nose.
Scotty Wallace, first foul.
Scotty Wallace. Team 7 shooting 2 for Marian is Kajana Crawford.
Kajana Crawford has all 3 of his points at the line, in fact.
3 out of 4. A rebound 0 for 2 from the floor.
He has a t-shirt under his black Marian jersey, gold numeral. Iowa color scheme as mentioned, and the free throw is good. Marian has made 7 of 9 as a team. Milliken will come in for Bolden. 29-25 Lanphier. Still 8 seconds for the Lions after the next free throw.
Marian's entire defense is back on the other end. They have nobody at the free throw line. They don't want Lanphier to beat them off the break.
Not a bad idea.
No.
Crawford's free throw is good. Lanphier will inbound up 3 with 8 seconds. 29-26. Bishop across the timeline with 4. Angles left, gives to Austin with 3. Austin double teamed up top to Bishop. Somebody's got to shoot. He lets it go and air balls wide left. Good defense by the Spartans on that final Lanphier possession in the first half. We've hit halftime. Lanphier outscored Marian in the second quarter 18-10, and they lead at the half 29-26. We're back after this timeout. Better late than never. Marian to the court just in time to start the second half in possession of the ball. Crawford drives left baseline. They send it up top to Eulis. He misses an open 3. And the rebound comes down to Tribbett for Lanphier. Each team with their starting 5 out there. Tribbett goes coast to coast, up and under. A tough shot in traffic. No, Wallace had his hands on the rebound but lost it. Run down here by Mitchell. Turns to the basket, bounces low on the left side to Milliken, but he got stuffed cleanly by John Oliver. Rebound comes down to Lanphier again, and a foul on Marian. That'll be 3 on Oliver, and he's barely been out there tonight because of foul trouble. Oliver's got 3. Kevin Phillips, who is out there at the moment, has 3 for Marian. 29-26 Lanphier. Neither team has scored in this third quarter. 7:15 remaining. Austin right side. Left wing they go to Mitchell now against a Marian zone. In the middle of it, the bounce pass to Wallace. Turns and has his first field goal of the night. 4 points for Scotty Wallace, who had 6 first half rebounds as well.
And played really well, and that's a nice reward for a guy that played well to finally get one to drop.
31-26 Lions by 5. Eulis, a great feed on the block left to Phillips. He goes up and under and puts it up and in.
Boy, he looked over to the wing and saw the man cutting down the baseline and made a great pass to Kevin Phillips for the bucket.
31-28. The Lions lead back down to 3. Mitchell left alone at 3 from the left wing. No good. Eulis tapped the rebound along to a teammate. A spin by Combe, but he spun past the basketball. Lanphier comes back the other way. The pass is on the left baseline to Austin from Mitchell. He misses, tips his miss. It rolls over the rim. Austin on the pogo stick got the rebound but missed again. And Marian finally clears, and they'll run down 3. Bounce pass to Crawford, scoops it back up while he's fouled. It didn't go in on the circus shot attempt, but a foul on Jordan Tribbett. A lot of talent here, Jim. First on Tribbett, and a lot of talent here all day long, and in particular the last 2 or 3 games, and we see the president's brother-in-law, Craig Robinson, who's the head coach at Oregon State, is among the coaches in attendance here.
Nice turnout of coaches. Frank Haith here from Missouri. The entire Illinois Central, Tony Weisinger's staff is here, and they definitely found a spot in the hospitality room because they were living in there.
Kajana Crawford misses the first free throw. I never thought Tony Weisinger would look like anything other than a kid, but you forget how long it's been since he played at Illinois. Still looks good for his age, but boy, he had a baby face when he played. Free throw is good for Kajana Crawford. Star at Peoria Central and later with the Illini. 31-29. It's junior college basketball at Illinois Central. He's been there for a number of years now. Lanphier by 2 as Crawford made 1 of 2. Against his zone, Lanphier attacking. At the top of the key, Mitchell. Right side to Tribbett. Lions look a little perplexed at the moment. Mitchell, bad pass into traffic, intercepted. Ulis back the other way. They look for the tie as he drives hard to the basket, gets stuffed cleanly. It came down to Oliver, and then he lost it going up. Good defense by Lanphier, and on the run out, Mitchell will score the layup at the other end. First 2 of the night for Jakari Mitchell, set up by Tribbett, and it's 33-29 Lions. Hard dribble by Cone to forecourt. Lanphier packs it into a straight man defense. Cone high on the right side, lost his dribble. He's done that a couple of times this quarter, but gives it to Crawford. Left side, Ulis behind a Phillips screen, all the way under the basket on the dribble. Wide right to Cone for 3. That's his 3rd of the night. Josh Cone has hit 3 threes and has scored 11. It's 33-32 Lanphier. 5:10 to go, 3rd quarter. Mitchell goes front court, left side in the corner to Tribbett, gets it right back from him. His bounce pass was telegraphed and stolen. Long pass to Crawford. He's cherry picking, and Marian has the lead. 8 for Kijana Crawford, and Lanphier again looks a little bit stymied by an opponent's zone defense.
But you know what? They're trying to get it inside. So this is one of those deals where it's really hard to be critical because they're doing what we complained that they hadn't done.
Well, Austin does take it to the basket, but he misses the short shot in the lane. The rebound to Marian. They'll push it. Ulis zigs left in the forecourt. High right to Cone. Up top to Ulis. Steps in for a 2. That's good. Austin knocked him down after the release of the shot. Count the basket. And that'll be 3 on Austin. Now the question is it a chance for a 3-point play, or is it after the shot? Looks like Ulis will shoot a free throw. So it's 36-33 Marian. They were down 3 at the half. Bishop and Bolden enter for Lanphier. Wallace retires. Free throw for Ulis is good. That's a 3-point play and 13 for Tyler Ulis. 37-33 Marian, 4:15 left in the 3rd. Bishop to Austin left side. Back to Bishop, head of the key. Wing left the pass to Tribbett. Right of center to Austin. Crawford guarding him out of the Marian zone. Now Tribbett on the right side. Bounce pass, block right, off the hands of Bolden. Yep.
Forcing it inside. Trying too hard.
Another Lions turnover and timeout call. We have an injured player here. I believe that John Oliver took a knee to a very sensitive part of his anatomy.
Boy, and he ran to that basket standard
with a rather awkward gait.
Yeah.
As part of that run. Well, he might be a soprano now, but it looks like Oliver is healthy enough to stay out there. Marian has their 5 starters on the floor. After a long look, Crawford gets it into the big guy. Phillips gets it back from him. Pass deflected out of bounds, though, by quick hands from Bishop of Lanphier. 37-33. It's been an 11-4 lead for Marian in this quarter. And it comes to Tyler Ulis. He backs it out to the half-court line. Picked up this time by Tribbett because Austin's in foul trouble. Moves in on Tribbett, draws the foul just inside the free throw line. And Ulis will shoot 2. He's very good attacking the basket.
Yeah, he can create a lot of problems. He really can.
Ulis is an outstanding free throw shooter, too, and he gets a lot of them. He's at 85%.
3 for 3 today.
Averages 28-8. And that free throw is good. He has 14. Marian has shot the free throws well in this game. 11 of 14. Wallace will come back in for Milliken for the Lions. All of the sudden down 38-33. They will play Springfield High Friday night and then have a road game at Manual next Saturday night. Manual beat Springfield High 68-53 in a non-conference game tonight. Ulis hits the second free throw and has 15 in an impressive performance. 39-33 as Marian moves up 6. 3.5 to go, 3rd quarter, and the Lions throw the ball off the hands of Bolden at the high post left. Another empty possession, and the Spartans look for an 8 or 9 point lead this trip.
Ball should have been caught.
Bolden had a good second quarter. He's been quiet here in the third. Now they bring the ball out to midcourt.
Everybody on Lanphier has been quiet in this quarter.
Yeah, they just have a field goal from Scotty Wallace. And one other field goal that came from Jakari Mitchell. In the lane, Ulis. Good hard bounce pass low to Mitchell. Or at least Kevin Phillips, he missed. But then Phillips volleyball's in. The miss by John Oliver on the follow. 3 shot attempts. And Phillips gets the third to go, and it's an 8-point lead for Marian. 41-33. Lions a rather listless performance here in the third quarter. Austin high on the right side. Outside the 3-line to Bishop, rises and misses. Austin got shoved in the back as he went for the rebound, and they'll call the foul. Austin went flying to the court, and he is in some pain. He is doubled over with his head to the court, and Blake Turner will come over with some assistance from the trainer to take a look at his star guard.
Kajana Crawford picked up the foul.
That's his second. Austin had inside position, and as he was going up, Crawford just gave him a shove in the small of the back. Austin will hobble out of the game.
He jumps so well.
Yeah. Straight up the shoot. I think it's amazing when he's volleyballing up his own missed shot, how quickly he gets back up.
Yeah.
He can put up 2 or 3 shots in the span of just a couple of seconds.
And almost go side to side on the either side of the rim.
Yeah. Into backcourt, the pass to Bishop. Lanphier down 8 with Austin on the bench for Stephon Wade, who has re-entered. Out front to Tribbett, closely guarded. Free throw line to Bolden. Turns. That's a tough shot, no good from 17. And Cone clears for Marian, and now they're starting to dominate the glass. Ulis had it popped away from him by Bolden, but he runs it down, and Ulis comes to forecourt again with 2:20 left in the third. Starts in on Bolden, right side, accelerates, bank shot at the rim, no good. Rebound tap to Crawford, though. Good play by Phillips to keep it alive, and Crawford gets the layup in off the right side. Biggest lead of the night either way, 43-33 for Marian, and Blake Turner calls a 60-second timeout. We'll be right back. Sports 101, Fantasy Football 101 beginning tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Join Eric and Grammy. And tonight's public address announcer for the last 2 games, Adam Stark. Hawk was here earlier along with Paulie P on PA, and they both did a bang-up job as usual.
Marian Catholic 6 of 11 in the third quarter. Lanphier just 2 of 11 shooting the ball.
The Bears and Seattle Seahawks beginning with an 11:30 pregame tomorrow morning. A pass on the sideline intended for Bishop is deflected out by Crawford of Marian. 17-4, and Lanphier could use some energy here in the final minute 55 of the third quarter.
The zone has really affected him.
Bishop
really
across
has
to Wade.
taken him out.
Yeah, you know everybody around here is going to play the zone against Lanphier until they prove they can beat it. Austin passes for Wallace. The ball tipped up into the air and stolen by Phillips. Good hustle by Tribbett, though, to come back and intercept a long pass in midcourt. Lions down 10. Bishop on the right side. To Austin at the high post. Spins to the basket, turns and scores. Austin turning left at the rim now has 13. And it's 43-35 Marian with 1:22 left in the third. They challenge Crawford. Now they have numbers, though. Ahead to Cone. An uncontested layup for Oliver on the bounce pass. John Oliver, a role player, averaging 1.5. Those are his first 2 points of the night. 45-35 as Lanphier gambled and got burned.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get in that trapping all over the court defense. There's going to be a weak spot somewhere eventually.
Here comes Tribbett in on the right side. Accelerates to the basket. Smacked out of bounds by Oliver. That ball barely got over the shooter's head.
Back in for Lanphier,
Milliken for Wade for Lanphier. 54 seconds to play third quarter. Austin to inbound to the left of the basket on the baseline. Pitches it up top to Jordan Tribbett. And he passes it to Blake Turner, who unfortunately used up his eligibility in 1994.
But was a good option.
Good hands.
Yeah.
Back in the day, Blake would have caught that ball, and you know what he would have done.
It would have gone up, without a doubt.
You bet.
Even before he caught it, it would have gone up.
Unfortunately, as we stand now, that is a Lanphier turnover.
12 turnovers for Lanphier, 6 in this quarter.
35 seconds to play third quarter. Ulis in the jump ball circle sends it on the right side to Joshua Cohn. I called him Josh in the pregame introduction. 25 seconds to play. Crossover dribble by Cohn on Austin. Good feed under the basket, left wing to Phillips, who scores.
Yeah, they ran that play well on the spread.
47-35. 4-1 Marian. Off to a good start this year. Austin on the right wing to Bishop. Left side to Tribbett with 8 seconds. Back out to Bishop with 5. Right side to Austin. He got a good look at a 3. No good. He hit the court but didn't get a foul call. The rebound tapped out long to Kajana Crawford, and the third quarter comes to an end. Well, it was mostly Marian that period. They outscored the Lions 21-6. They lead 47-35. Led for the fourth quarter at the center to wrap up the shootout after this 1-minute timeout.
Back at the convention center, Lanphier inbounds to start the third quarter. The Lions shooting just 37% from the floor. Larry Austin has 13 to lead the Lions. 48.5% for Marian Catholic, 15 for Ulis, 11 for Cohn, and 10 for Crawford.
Had a steal by Crawford, but he missed the layup at the other end. Good hustle getting back there defensively by Jordan Tribbett. We start the fourth quarter. Lanphier down 12. Milliken from Mitchell in traffic, missed on the right side, didn't get the ball up on the rim. Marian has been good aggressively and cleanly down under the basket, particularly this half.
And usually you don't rebound that well out of a zone, but they have done a really good job rebounding.
A rare mistake by Ulis as he ran past his dribble. He's tied up by Tribbett. Marian keeps it on the arrow, though.
Tribbett couldn't call timeout fast enough there. Number 22 comes in the game. DeAndre Alexander comes into the game for Lanphier, his first appearance.
Mitchell will exit. Mitchell got his first start of the season tonight, but has been limited to 2 points and hasn't been as sharp tonight as he had been in the first 4 games. Ulis to inbound on the baseline left, and it comes to Crawford on the wing. Out front it goes to Cohn, C-O-H-N. Alexander almost fell back. Now Cohn dribbles past him, a free throw line jumper. No arch to it at all, and he rimmed it in. 13 for Cohn. He shot the ball well tonight. 49-35. Lanphier in trouble now. They're down 14. It's getting away from them. Up top, Tribbett. Marian stays in that zone. Right side to Milliken. Left wing it goes to Austin. Brings down the dribble, and he got tripped by Kajana Crawford's third foul. This game's been well officiated. Neither team close to the bonus. Team foul number 3 on the Spartans, and timeout Mike Taylor at the Marian bench. 49-35. Marian Catholic from Chicago Heights leading Lanphier. We have 6:52 to go fourth quarter at the center downtown on a beautiful December 1st Saturday night. Back in a minute. Lions down 14 with the ball off the timeout. Jordan Tribbett on the left wing. Bounces it on the left side in the corner to Austin. A good catch. Across the court to Alexander, and a blocking foul as DeAndre went hard to the rim and picked up the 4th foul on an incredulous Kevin Phillips.
Yeah, Kevin Phillips was pretty sure he was standing flat, but Alexander got up. He made that drive to the basket strong. He wasn't going to be stopped.
Alexander is a 6-foot junior. First name is DeAndre. He's made 3 of 4 free throws on the season, using much of the allotted 10 seconds, and he missed. Well, the free throw shooting has not been as atrocious as last night for the Lions. Last night it took them 26 tries to make 8. They've made 8 and missed 6 tonight off that miss. Scotty Wallace re-enters.
This might be a good time for the freshman Bishop, who's supposed to be a dead-eye shooter. Maybe he can find his shooting eye against this zone.
Alexander hits the second free throw. I misspoke. It was Scotty Wallace exiting for Bolden. 49-36, Marian by 13, 6:22 to play. They spread the floor. Cone has the ball. Lanphier as a team has committed only 3 fouls. Cone dribbles in left side, holds up, gives the ball over there to Isaiah Clements, who has re-entered after playing a couple of minutes in the first half. Now Ulis right side, over to Cone on the left wing. And out front the pass to Crawford. Kajana Crawford, guarded closely by Bishop. Hands off to Ulis, back to Crawford, right of the jump ball circle. Marian running clock now. They've run about 30 seconds off this trip. Here comes Ulis, hard dribble. He's not going to run clock anymore. Good feed, low right to Clements, laid it up and in.
Very nice by Ulis.
He hooked that pass around a Lions defender. 51-36, 15 the lead for the Spartans. Outside the lane, left wing Bolden. High on the right side to Austin.
Light it up.
There's Bishop taking that 3, but he missed it. Rebound, pinballed around off the hands of Isaiah Clements of Marian and out of bounds to Lanphier. Alexander is out. Tribbett back on for the Lions, down 15 with 5.5 minutes to go in the 4th. Let's see if Lanphier has one more run left in them. Austin on the baseline right side, sends away out front to Bishop. And Bishop now to Jordan Tribbett. A screen from Milliken, back to Bishop in the corner. He'll take that 3, no good. And Bolden had the ball go off his fingertips out of bounds in the... Oh, they're going to say that it went off Ulis instead. Give the ball to Lanphier. I don't think Coach Taylor agrees. Pat Walsh will calm his argument from all the way across the court. It's a good veteran crew, Newhouse, Walsh, and Wiley. In the Newhoff media shootout. Here's Tribbett driving hard down the lane, drawing a foul, and Jordan Tribbett will shoot 2. That is 3 on Ulis, number 3. 5:09 to go, 4th quarter. Calvary, Riverton, Crete Moniz, Centennial, Plains, Glenwood, and Cahokia won the earlier games.
Tribbett first trip to the line, he's got 5, all of them in the first quarter. Missed the first.
Back iron on that one. Jordan has made just 6 of 13 this year.
Mitchell back in the game, and
Mitchell for Bishop.
Bishop takes a seat.
Good night to be a C school. Calvary, Crete Moniz, Centennial, Chatham, Glenwood, Cahokia, all winners. And the second free throw not close. Wide to the right, rebounds to Clements of Marian. Lanphier presses, and they're going to be outnumbered once it's broken. But a cross-court pass is intercepted by Austin. 1-on-2, great shake and bake move around Ulis, got to the rim and scored. 15 for Austin with a great move there. He left Ulis standing like a statue, and it's 51-38. The Lions down 13. 4:45 to go in the game. Ulis diagonally across midcourt on the right side, dribble now. They've got the floor spread out into the old four corners offense here. Ulis will take it himself to the basket. Got right in front of the rim, put it off the back iron, but drew the foul.
Bolden with the foul. Number 2 against Dwight Bolden.
2 shots for Ulis.
Ulis tonight has made all 5 of his free throws. Marian has made 12 of 15. That's good free throw shooting. And he swished the first. 16 for Ulis. He may well be getting his name on the Player of the Game certificate at Game's End. Scotty Wallace re-enters for Milliken for Lanphier. Lanphier the home team in white. They have alternating colors of orange and gray. Can't wear gray if you're a home team anymore, though. You got to wear your whites. And Ulis hits the second free throw. 53-38, Marian by 15. They took control in the third quarter, outscoring the Lions 21-6. Left of center, Jakari Mitchell over on the right side to Tribbett. In the lane to Austin, he slides left but missed. Put up by Bolden on the follow-up. That won't go. The rebound out long and saved right into the hands of Joshua Cohn by a Lanphier player. Marian ball, and they'll spread it out again with the sure-handed Tyler Ulis out near midcourt. Bolden comes out to meet him. Ulis starts in, then back out, now around him easily. Floats one high up in the air, got it to go. A blocking foul and a chance for a three-point play. Wallace doubled down off his man. Scotty will be called for the foul as Ulis was biding his time and then drove right around Dwight Bolden. Stopped about 4 feet in front of the basket and put it up and in. And the free throw for Ulis is good. He has 20. And the lead all of a sudden as you look up at the board is 18. 56-38, 4 minutes to go in the game. Top of the key, Tribbett, as Bolden got knocked down off the ball. Left wing pass to Mitchell. Right of center to Austin. Austin a left wing pass to Tribbett for three. That's good. Second three of the night for Tribbett. He has scored 8. And it's 56-41 Spartans, 3:35 to go. And timeout called by Marian Catholic. We'll be back in a minute.
Timeout, Marian Catholic, full timeout.
$15-point lead for Chicago Heights Marian Catholic. They are a 4-1 team and up 56-41 with 3:35 to play. They get little guard Chris Austin back into the game, 5'7" sophomore. He's on the point. He lost his dribble. The takeaway will lead to Mitchell throwing a pass off the backboard for some reason to Austin.
Not at this point in the game.
Austin got fouled, and Jakari Mitchell will exit the game off that decision. Not one of his best. Austin caught that pass off the backboard, but he did in traffic, and that's the kind of thing that you really don't like to see when your team's up 15, but when you're down 15, not a great idea.
You make a clean steal and you got 2 on none, you go and you shoot the layup.
Cohn was called for his second foul. Austin hits the free throw for his 16th point. And Jakari Mitchell with head down will walk off to the bench. Xavier Bishop takes his place. 56-42. Austin has had a pretty good game. He's got 16. Came in averaging 15 and a half.
5 of 15 from the floor, 6 of 8 from the free throw line.
A lot of shots to get those points, but
7 of 9.
He's been active tonight for Lanphier. They've used him both on the point and posting. 56-43 as Austin hit both. Ulis across half court, and Austin's talking to him as Austin defends. Ulis has blown past everybody else on the Lanphier team, but he can't beat Austin. Hands off to Crawford, top of the key. Down to 3 minutes to play. Marian running clock up 13. Hand off back to Ulis, and this time it's Tribbett who picks up Ulis on a switch. Ulis starts in right, bouncing on the dribble. Tribbett batted away, but right to Crawford of Marian. And they'll reload. Ulis waves off help with 2:45. So on the left side perimeter, behind his back on the dribble. Great ball handler. Left side pass to Crawford with 2:40. And back out it comes, and they've run half a minute off the clock, up by 13 on Lanphier.
Ulis is pretty good, but Tribbett's holding his own.
Here comes Crawford, picked up by Josiah Gordon, who has entered for the Lions. Now Chris Austin head of the key. 3-guard weave out front. They've run almost a minute off the clock. Austin with the wraparound swing at the ball on Ulis, and Austin is called for the foul. That'll be the last common foul of the night, number 6 on Lanphier.
4 on Austin.
2:21 to go. 56-43 is Mike Taylor has taken the air out of the ball with his team up 13.
Well, with the guards he's got, that's not a bad idea. Now Eulis is on the bench.
And it comes to Crawford. They'll bring it back to forecourt as he caught that pass in the Marian backcourt. Picked up by Tribbett. In danger of a 5 count. He turns left, advances the ball, and there is the 5-second count. Turnover for the Spartans. Good work by Tribbett to get it back to Lanphier. They're down by 13.
Turnover number 12 for Marian Catholic.
And it comes to Austin deep on the right side. Up top to Tribbett, left wing to Bishop against the zone. Now Tribbett out front with 2:02. High lob right side to Austin, brings it down, dribbling left, a fading 2 off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Kevin Phillips, who's had a solid second half after he got into foul trouble in the first half. 1:50 to go, and Crawford is across the timeline, and a reach-in foul by Bishop. That'll send him to the line for the 1-and-1 with 1:47 to play. A couple of fouls on Bishop, who has not scored in this game, and a reserve role tonight. Kijana Crawford has scored 10. He's a good backcourt running mate with Tyler Eulis.
Then most of his damage at the free throw line. 6 free throws made out of 8.
He's got a 1-and-1 here. They do not line up any of his teammates along the lane. And the front end is good. Marian 16 of 19 as a team.
And a little 5-0 run there by Lanphier.
57-43 with 1:47. Crowd starting to thin. All of you who have made it here today, we appreciate it very much, and you've seen some good basketball. Crawford also hits the second free throw, 58-43. Want to thank all the sponsors. Kevin O'Day for his hard work, and the staff of Sports Radio 1450. Here's Tribbett driving into the lane, drawing contact. He was fouled. I think they got Phillips.
His 5th, I think.
Yeah, I've got him for 5. He may be the last to hear about it, but he has fouled out. They will bring on for him Xavier Parker, a 6'1" junior. I want to thank all the sales staff at Sports Radio 1450 and Newhoff Media Springfield, many of whom were here staffing the doors and helping us out.
I saw the King of the Catskills earlier today.
Jeff was here earlier tonight, looking good. I think he finally got to go home. Jordan Tribbett's free throw is good. He is the guardian of the pass gate, Mr. Hoffman.
Well, I saw him. He was back there protecting one of those tractors or sweepers so nobody would steal it.
Is it still here?
Oh, yeah, he did a great job.
He's done his job.
He really did a good job.
58-44 as Tribbett made the first. Second one coming. That one's good. And for Jordan Tribbett, he has 10 by my count. 58-45, pressure by Lanphier, but they're going to give up a layup here. The ball ahead to Cone, right of the basket, and he'll score. 15 for Cone. 60-45, Bishop, a pull-up 2 off the left wing. He's got his first 2 points of the night, and Blake Turner calls time. He's not going to give up yet. 1:20 to go. 60-47, Marian Catholic back in a minute. little too close for comfort for Mike Taylor, so he gets his star Ulis back into the game, and immediately Ulis is fouled in midcourt. Dwight Bolden on the reach, 8 on the team, so a 1 in bonus for Ulis. He is 8 of 8 at the line and at 86% in the early going this season. Looks like the CS8 will go 1 in 3 in the shootout, with Glenwood getting the only win. Ulis's free throw is good. He's got the bonus coming and has 21 points. 2 wins for the Sangamo Conference. Riverton over Meridian, 59-51. Hawks were really good in the first half of that game. And Plains was good for all 4 quarters and beat Monticello 63-37. Those might be the top 2 teams in the Sangamo. Ulis hits the free throw. He's made all 10 of his tries tonight. They are 19 of 22 as a team. 62-47. And eventually I'm going to find the record page here and see how close they are to the team free throw shooting record in this event. Bishop headed the key, a long 3 on the rim, no good. Bolden had his hands on the rebound. It's deflected out of bounds by John Oliver of Marian Catholic. 1:11 to play. 62-47. Spartans by 15. Into Tribbett, dropped it, picked it back up. Out to Bishop. Starts in on the dribble. Forced up a tough shot, but got fouled. And Bishop will shoot a couple.
Xavier Parker with the foul. Bishop to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
Let's see. Rich South against MacArthur in December of 2010 made 9 of 10 free throws. That's 90%, and that's the team record. Marian Catholic has made 19 of 22. Not quite 90%. Bishop's free throw here is good. He'll have a bonus coming. In fact, he made the first and made the second. See what happens when you stick your nose in the record book. You miss the first free throw.
And the guy next to you isn't paying attention either?
Well, we're just supporting each other here, Jim, in the final minute 2 of a long day. Bolden called for the foul on the reach, and free throws for guess who at the other end.
Tyler Ulis.
Boy, he's good, isn't he? I've been impressed.
Yeah, he really is.
22 for Ulis.
One of those ball on a yo-yo, ball on a string type point guards.
Free throw hits nothing but net. 5'10 junior. He's got a lot of energy. He's not the least bit winded in the 4th quarter of this game. Lanphier led 29-26 at the half. They had a big 2nd quarter, but Marian Catholic has outscored them in the other 3. And the second free throw for Ulis is good. 12 of 12 from the line. And he's got 24. 64-49. Bishop a long 3 off the left side, about 6 inches short. It's under the rim and out of bounds to the Spartans. Deep reserves coming into the game, including Nick Damiani, a 5'9 junior for Marian. We also see Chris Austin on the floor. We've seen him on a couple of earlier occasions here. The 5'7 sophomore guard into the backcourt to Xavier Parker. And a reach-in foul by Bolden. Double bonus time for Marian. I'm not sure we needed to get to this point. 50 seconds to play.
5 for Bolden. He's out.
Dwight Bolden scored 7, 6 of them coming in the 2nd quarter. And Blake Turner is going to clear his bench here. Stephon Way, DeAndre Alexander back in. We see Charles Roberts in, 6'3 senior. Played some quarterback for the football team this fall.
That's where I remember that name from. Josiah Gordon is in there.
Another football player. And Xavier Parker gets 2. Makes the first. (65-49), Marian by 16. Second free throw is good. They match Centennial for the best output for a team here today. Centennial was very good, beat Peoria Central 66-52. Up and under, Roberts misses, rebounded by Josiah Gordon in front of the basket, and that's good. His first 2, 66-51 with 35 seconds to play. Chris Austin pounds the dribble up the left sideline to forecourt for Marian. Out of long range to Parker. Parker on the dribble, picked up by DeAndre Alexander. Over to Damiani, touching for the first time since warm-ups. Handoff is to Xavier Parker through the jump ball circle with 12. Lanphier still playing tight defense. Parker takes the ball, bounces it off the foot of a teammate. If he has a rookie who had come into the game, I was just pleased I was able to get that name out. Lanphier on the turnover comes back to the other end. The pass under the basket deflected out of bounds by the Spartans. 3 seconds to play. Ifeani as a rookie. 3 for Bishop, no good out of the right corner, and this game comes to an end. Lanphier goes 0-2 on the weekend, drops to 2-3. 1-8 all time in the shootout. They lose to Marian Catholic from Chicago Heights, 66-51. And we're back for the post-game show after this timeout.